This lesson focuses on the practical tools and contractual elements that can support a Scrum process. While Scrum itself doesn't mandate the use of tools like the Scrum board or Burndown chart, these are widely adopted to provide transparency, facilitate planning, and improve team collaboration. Similarly, the contractual structure in Scrum is intentionally lightweight, but can be adapted to meet the needs of stakeholders and organizations. Let's explore these elements in detail. The Scrum board is a visual tool that helps the team track the progress of tasks during a sprint. It organizes work into columns, typically labeled To Do, In Progress, and Done. Although additional columns like Review or Testing, but also others you may need, can be added to suit the team's workflow. At the start of a sprint, tasks from the sprint backlog are placed in the To Do column. As team members begin work, they move tasks into the In Progress column, and once completed, the task moves to Done. For example, in our MOOC platform project, tasks like create user registration form or set up video hosting service would start in To Do and gradually progress throughout the board. The Scrum board provides a clear, real-time snapshot of the sprint's progress. It helps identify bottlenecks, such as a pile-up in the In Progress column, and facilitates discussions during daily stand-ups. By the end of the sprint, all tasks should ideally be in the Done column, reflecting the completed work. We presented it at the sprint level, but we can also have the same structure replicated at the whole project level. The simplicity of the Scrum board makes it highly applicable. It can be physical, using sticky notes on a wall, or digital, using tools like Trello, Jira, or Azure DevOps. Regardless of the format, the board reinforces the team's alignment and commitment to the sprint goals. The Burndown chart is another useful tool that tracks the team's progress, focusing specifically on the remaining work in a sprint. It visualizes the amount of work left to complete, typically measured in story points or tasks, against the sprint timeline. For example, at the start of a 2-week sprint for the MOOC platform, the chart might show 20 story points worth of tasks as the sum of the user stories put in the sprint backlog. As the sprint progresses, the team's completion of tasks reduces the remaining work, ideally resulting in a downgrading slope line that approaches zero by the end of the sprint. The Burndown chart serves two main purposes. Progress monitoring: it provides a clear picture of whether the team is on track to complete the sprint goals. Adaptation: if the team falls behind or encounters unforeseen challenges, the chart highlights the need for adjustment, such as reprioritizing tasks or addressing blockers. The same structure is usually done also at the project level. Obviously, the overall number of story points can vary since the backlog can vary sprint after sprint. An important concept related to the Burndown chart is velocity, which is the average number of story points a team completes in a sprint. Velocity helps teams understand their capacity over time, providing a baseline for planning future sprints, and also to revise the prioritization of the stories in the backlog going towards the last sprints. Unlike traditional project management, where planning and controlling focus on delivering a fixed scope within set time and cost parameters, the Burndown chart reflects the agile philosophy. Time and cost are fixed, while the scope remains flexible. This shift empowers the team and stakeholders to prioritize delivering the most valuable features rather than rigidly adhering to predefined requirements. For example, if the MOOC platform team realizes mid-sprint that implementing advanced search filters for the course catalog will take longer than anticipated, they can decide to postpone it to a future sprint and focus on completing other high-priority items. In pure Scrum, contracts focus on defining time and cost rather than scope. Time is expressed in the number of sprints, and cost is determined by the number of people involved in the project. In an ideal Scrum environment, team members are co-located and fully dedicated to the project to maximize collaboration, productivity, and alignment. However, these conditions are often adjusted to fit realities of modern distributed teams. While this lightweight approach aligns with agile principles, many stakeholders feel uneasy without a minimum guarantee of deliverables. To address this concern, teams often agree on a minimum set of stories that will be delivered by the end of the project. This is typically done using the T-shirt sizing approach, a simplified estimation method that categorizes tasks into sizes. Small, S, simple tasks with minimal effort, such as creating a login form. Medium, M, moderately complex tasks, like building a course catalog. Large, L, complex tasks with higher uncertainty, such as implementing real-time analytics. Extra large, XL, highly complex tasks that may need to be broken into smaller parts. For example, the contract for the MOOC platform might guarantee the delivery of a defined number of stories per size. This strikes a balance between Scrum's adaptive nature and the customer's need for predictability. While tools like the Scrum board and Burndown chart are not requirements of Scrum, they serve as powerful enablers, helping teams maintain transparency and alignment. Similarly, the flexible contractual framework of Scrum encourages collaboration and iterative delivery while providing mechanisms such as T-shirt sizing to build stakeholder confidence. By integrating these practical elements, Scrum teams can strike a balance between adhering to agile principles and meeting real-world expectations. These tools and practices ensure that the team remains focused, adaptive, and committed to delivering value at every step of the project.